Hi, my name is Spencer Ives. I'm the managing editor for Security Systems News, and I am here on the show floor of ISC West 2018 with Mitch Klein, the executive director of the Z-Wave Alliance. Welcome, Mitch. Thank you for joining
Hey, great to be here, Spencer. Thanks for inviting me.
So to start out, what can you tell me about just a broad overview of who the Z-Wave Alliance is and what you've been working on most recently?
It's a great question. And the Z-Wave Alliance is made up of about 700 and growing members that are either manufacturing, designing, installing, reselling, distributing, at some point having something to do with implementing Z-Wave into people's homes. As you may be aware, Z-Wave is it's the platform specifically designed for the smart home. And we're actually pretty excited to announce that we just sold our 100 millionth chip, which,
Wow.
yeah, when you put that in perspective, 100 million chips, that's 100 million devices sold specifically for the smart home. So we're pretty excited about that. And we just gave the award out yesterday to Vivint, which is one of our big Z-Wave supporters.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, so what are we doing here? Z-Wave is implemented in, I'd say, probably around 90 to 95% of the monitored security panels in North America. I'm sure most of your viewers watching this either are aware of it or maybe installing them and not be aware that they actually have Z-Wave implemented in their installations or in their products. And so what we show here is we show the ecosystem, the fact that with all the products that are interoperable, there's an enormous amount of products that one can choose from in terms of if you're reselling, what are the products you want to put together, the fact that different products and different brands all work together, and it really gives you an opportunity for choice. And we've got 29 of our members exhibiting with pretty sizable booths here, anyone from Alarm.com and ADT and Nortec and so on and so forth. So it's a pretty important show, and we're having a good time here.
Nice. Now, with the attendees that come by the Z-Wave Alliance booth, what do you find you're talking about most?
The interesting thing about that is the questions, the discussions really kind of go all over the place. So, for example, we had one individual that came to us earlier today and want to know, do we provide a Z-Wave panic button? Which is actually a really great question. And one of our members happens to be Fabaro, and I'm not here to talk specifically about members, but they have this little thing they call, believe it or not, the button. And what's really cool about Z-Wave is with all of the interoperability and the connective options that one has, one could use a button or any other type of device to be able to implement a notification and some type of macro that would enable a bunch of things to do something, whatever that happens to be. So an emergency button can turn on the lights, can turn off the lights, can open the door, can close the door, can essentially do anything that can be connected. So there's a lot of questions about that. There seems to be a heightened awareness and sensibility to issues with water in terms of from an insurance perspective, whereby we're putting water sensors behind anything such as sinks, washing machines, things that have hoses that may in fact be old, and also in basements where things may not be related to what goes on inside the house, and enabling to tie a shutoff valve to these sensors so that the water damages can be minimized. So we see a lot of that as well. Thermostats are very popular. Clearly, door locks. Assa Abloy is on our board of directors and also have a fairly extensive lineup of Z-Wave door locks, so you can get to choose. But again, we've got a bunch of door lock companies here as well. So it's all over the place, which is what's so exciting for us.
Nice. That sounds exciting. Now, what can you tell me about what is coming up down the road for the Z-Wave Alliance?
So we continue to grow. I feel like kind of a one-arm paper hanger, as you can imagine. We announced our 700th member almost 5 months ago, and I can guarantee you, I know it's way more than that. We also announced we've exceeded 2,400 certified products into the marketplace. What's coming down the pike is more and more secure-related products. We announced our S2 security, which is being implemented in all end devices as well as gateways, controllers. And we've also announced Smart Start, which is actually something that any of our members and retailers and installers would be very excited about. That enables you to take all of your devices, and instead of actually installing them, powering them up, and then including them into the system, just by taking a QR code and a scan, these devices can be included into a system without ever taking things out of the box. They could be loaded up into a truck or shipped out to a job site or to a customer where it's already been included, and so the actual installation part is mechanical as opposed to really starting to first include. So we're seeing that. And I'm sure it's no secret that, well, we're here at the show, so I'm going to say next week, Z-Wave becomes the property of a company called Silicon Labs. We're not allowed to speculate at this point, but we're going to have this conversation, I hope, within the next couple of weeks. But if you're familiar with them, Silicon Labs is 100% focused on the Internet of Things, and they're makers and suppliers of many of the competitive platforms, such as Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Thread, Bluetooth. And now having Z-Wave in there, we can all speculate this is really going to be a very good thing for us as the Alliance, for our members of Z-Wave, and certainly for the general public and all the dealers that are working with Z-Wave. So stay tuned for that. We're pretty excited.
That sounds like quite a development.
We're excited about that. Yeah, we are.
Well, Mitch, thank you very much for having some time to talk to me
My pleasure,
today.
Spencer.